안녕하세요, 톰입니다. Let's have fun learning Korean today. Today's grammar is first, 고 나서, after doing. Second, 고 말고요. Of course, that's right. And third, 고 말았다, end up doing. After learning today's grammar, you will be able to describe your disappointment, such as 반대편으로 가는 전철을 타고 말았다. I ended up taking a train that was heading in the opposite direction. Oh no! In addition, today is our 25th lesson, so I prepared a small gift for you, which is a test. The test will cover lots of grammar that you have learned through the 21st to the 25th lesson. Please try to deepen your understanding of the grammar. After you make sure of every step with the test, I am sure you will become a super master of Korean. You guys can achieve it. 그럼 시작할게요. The first grammar, 고 나서, means after doing. You can use it to express sequential events. 고 나서 follows verbs, and you always attach 고 나서 regardless of a final consonant. Wow! Piece of a cake! So, 가다 to go will be 가고 나서, after going, and 먹다 to eat will be 먹고 나서, after eating. Hey Tommy! In the previous lesson, we learned 고 나니까, after you finish an action and realize or find out, and 고 나면, once if you finish doing. But what's the difference? You got the point. I'm glad that you remember what we learned previously. Then let's review 고 나니까 and 고 나면 briefly. 고 나니까 means you realize something after finishing an action, and you use it to express your thoughts about the result after an action. For example, 점심을 많이 먹고 나니까 이제는 졸리네요. I ate a lot and I found out I'm sleepy now. You can see this person realized that he became sleepy after eating too much. So he used 먹고 나니까, I ate and I found out. Next, 고 나면 is in a subjunctive mood and means once you do this. You hypothesize the situations to give some suggestions, advice, or instructions. For example, 미용실에서 머리를 하고 나면 기분이 좋아질 거야. Once you have your hair done at a hair salon, you feel better. This person is giving you advice to go to a hair salon by using 고 나면. Okay? And today's grammar, 고 나서 means and then after doing. And it just expresses sequential events like something happened earlier and another happened later. So Korean people often use this grammar in some manual books or cooking recipes to give some instructions like do this first and then do this. Do you get it? Then let's read a sample sentence to tell sequential events. 제가 확인하고 나서 다시 연락드리겠습니다. I will check first and then get back to you again. This is a useful phrase in business conversations, right? Here, 확인하다, to check, is a verb. And you add 고 나서 to make 확인하고 나서, check, and then you can tell the two sequential actions. First, checking, and second, contacting the person. Crystal clear? Then let's read the next sentence. 반찬을 만들고 나서 된장찌개를 끓일 거예요. I am going to cook some side dishes and then cook soybean paste stew. Here, 만들다, to cook, is a verb. And you add 고 나서 to make 만들고 나서, cook, and then. You will probably find this kind of expression in recipe books. Then let's read the next sentence. 이 소설을 읽고 나서 감상문을 써야 돼요. I have to read this essay first and then write a book report. Here, 읽다, to read, is a verb. And you add 고 나서 to make 읽고 나서, read it and then. This way, you can immediately imagine the order of two actions. like first, reading an essay, and second, writing a book report. Okay? Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 신발을 들어오세요. Please come in after taking off your shoes. Number 1, 벗고 나서. Number 2, 벗고 나고. The correct answer is number 1. 벗다, to take off, is a verb, and you add 고 나서 to the stem to make 벗고 나서 after taking off your shoes. Number 2 is wrong because 벗고 나고 sounds very similar, but this expression does not exist. So don't use it. Then let's read it together as if you gave an instruction. 신발을 벗고 나서 들어오세요. Please read it again and again until you can say it smoothly. Then let's look at the next quiz. 택배를 바로 상자를 뜯어봤어요. After receiving the parcel, I immediately opened the box. Number 1, 받고 나면. Number 2, 받고 나서. The correct answer is number 2. 택배를 받다 means to receive a delivery. Here, 받다, to receive, is a verb. And you add 고 나서 to make 받고 나서 after receiving. Number 1 is wrong because it means if you finish receiving. When you use the grammar 고 나면, the sentence ending will be the future tense or present tense, not past tense. Okay? Then let's read it together with an exciting feeling as if you were opening the box. 택배를 받고 나서 바로 상자를 뜯어봤어요. Please read it again and again until you can say it smoothly. The second grammar, 고 말고요, means of course. That's right. You use it when you strongly agree with someone's questions or opinions. There is a similar sounding expression, 지 말다, which means to not do something, so it might be confusing. But today's grammar, 고 말고요, means of course, and it tells 100% positive perspective. You apply this grammar to verbs and adjectives. You always attach 고 말고요 to a stem regardless of a final consonant. Oh, as simple as ABC. For example, 가다, to go, will be 가고 말고요. Of course I would go. And 먹다, to eat, will be 먹고 말고요. Of course I would eat. You use this expression mainly in conversations. Then let's read a sample sentence in a dialogue. 이번 시험에 합격할 수 있을까? Do you think I can pass the exam this time? 합격하고 말고 정말 열심히 공부했잖아. Of course you will pass. You studied really hard, didn't you? Did you grab the nuance of encouraging a friend from this sentence? Here, 합격하다, to pass an exam, is a verb, and you add 고 말고 to make 합격하고 말고. Of course you will pass. If someone encourages you this way, you will feel relieved, right? Then let's read the next sentence. 김치 좀 더 주세요. Please give me more kimchi. 물론 드리고 말고요. Of course I will give. The way the waiter replies tells how generous she is, right? Here, 드리다, to give, is a verb. And you add 고 말고요 to make 드리고 말고요. Of course I will give. Then let's read the next sentence. 많이 더워요? 땀을 줄줄 흘리고 있네요. Is it hot? You are sweating profusely. 덥고 말고요. 지금 바깥 기온이 36도예요. Of course it's hot. Now the temperature is 36 degrees outside. Here, 덥다, to be hot, is an adjective, and you add 고 말고요 to make 덥고 말고요. Of course it's hot. Just as in this example, you can use grammar to tell your opinion strongly. And for additional note, Korean people use Celsius for temperature. So in this sentence, it means 36 degrees Celsius. Okay? Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 그렇게 걱정돼요? Are you that worried? 처음 외국에 나가는 거거든요. Of course I am worried because it is my first time going abroad. Number 1, 걱정되고 말고요. Number 2, 불안하고 말고요. The correct answer is number 1. 걱정되다, to be worried, is an adjective. And you add 고 말고요 to make 걱정되고 말고요. Of course I am worried. Number 2 is wrong. Because 불안하고 말고요 means of course I feel uneasy. Although it's wrong as an answer for this quiz, it's still a useful phrase in daily conversations. Then let's read it together with a worried mind. 걱정되고 말고요. 처음 외국에 나가는 거거든요. Please read it again and again until you can say it smoothly. Then let's look at the next quiz. 나하고 한 약속. 기억하고 있지? You remember the promise you made to me, right? 물론! Of course I do. Number 1, 기억 말고 하고. Number 2, 기억하고 말고. The correct answer is number 2. Number 1 and number 2 look similar and almost the same word at the first glance, don't you think? I wanted to trick you. Now let's see it in more detail. Here, 기억하다, to remember, is a verb, and you add 고 말고 to make 기억하고 말고. Of course, I remember. Number 1 is wrong because 기억 말고 하고 is the wrong order. 기억 말고 하고 is even more difficult to pronounce, right? The correct order is 기억하고 말고. Okay? Don't get tricked. Then let's read it together. 물론 기억하고 말고. Please read it again and again to express your opinion confidently. It's finally the last grammar. 고 말았다 means end up doing, and you use the grammar to express disappointment towards a result. About the usage, it follows verbs, and you always attach 고 말았다 regardless of a final consonant. Tommy, you said 고 말았다 was end up doing, but what is different from our 버리다 to do it completely? Wow, that's a good question. The question tells how your Korean improved through the lessons. Actually, there is not much difference between 고 말았다 and 아오 버렸다. They are almost the same. But 고 말았다 conveys a more disappointing feeling to the fact that an unplanned action was completed in an undesired way. Did you understand? Then let's read the sample sentence with some disappointment. 참으려고 했는데 아이에게 화내고 말았다. I tried to put up with it, but ended up scolding my kid. That kind of thing happens when you raise your child, right? Here, 화내다, to scold, is a verb, and you add 고 말았다 to make 화내고 말았다, ended up scolding. Let's read the next sentence. 결국 또 사고 말았어요. In the end, I ended up buying it again. Like this sentence, you find yourself buying too many things online, right? Here, 사다, to buy, is a verb, and you add 고 말았다 to make 사고 말았다, ended up buying. Let's read the next sentence. 드라마를 보면서 펑펑 울고 말았어요. I ended up crying watching a drama. I often cry while watching Korean dramas. One tissue box is not enough to dry my tears sometimes. Anyway, go back to the lesson. Here, 울다 to cry is a verb and you add 고 말았다 to make 울고 말았다, ended up crying. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 오늘은 일찍 일어나려고 했는데 늦잠을 Today, although I was thinking of getting up early, I ended up oversleeping. Number 1, 말았어요. Number 2, 자고 말았어요. The correct answer is number 2. 늦잠을 자다 means to oversleep. 자다 to sleep is a verb. And you add 고 말았어요 to make 자고 말았어요. Ended up oversleeping. Number 1 is wrong because the expression 늦잠을 말았어요 does not exist. Please always say 늦잠을 자고 말았어요. Ended up oversleeping. Okay? Then let's read it together with a regrettable feeling. 오늘은 일찍 일어나려고 했는데 늦잠을 자고 말았어요. Please read it again and again until you can put some feeling into the words. Then let's look at the next quiz. 빙판길에서 I ended up sleeping on a frozen road. Number 1, 넘어지고 말았다. Number 2, 쓰러지고 말았다. Oh no, that's a poor thing, right? The correct answer is number 1. 넘어지다 to sleep is a verb and you add 고 말았다 to make 넘어지고 말았다. Ended up sleeping. Number 2 is wrong because 쓰러지다 means to fall. Then let's read it together pretending it hurts. 빙판길에서 넘어지고 말았다. Please read it again and again until you can say it smoothly. Now it's time for homework, but before that, I will read a poem. I put today's grammar inside the poem. I hope you will find it. 남자들은 첫사랑을 잊지 않다고 하잖아요. 그래서 저는 당신의 첫사랑이 되고 싶었어요. 근데 막상 사랑하고 나서 보니 이제는 당신의 첫사랑이자 마지막 사랑이 되고 싶어요. Do you have a tissue? I should stop crying. And did you catch 사랑하고 나서 after falling in love from this poem? That's the grammar you learned today. Now you can understand the beautiful poem in Korean. Yay! Then I'm going to announce today's homework. Homework, come on in! For the first sentence, please describe 2 sequential actions using the grammar 고 나서 and then after doing. For example, 한국어 공부를 하고 나서 드라마를 볼 거예요. I am going to study Korean and then watch a drama. If you study Korean and then watch Korean dramas, it will help you understand Korean better, right? For the second sentence, please use 고 말고요. Of course, that's right. You use this expression mostly in conversations, so you can make a simple dialogue. For example, 그 배우가 그렇게 멋있어? Is the actor that cool? 멋있고 말고. Of course he is. You can tell how much she loves him from her words, right? For the third sentence, please tell me something disappointing using the grammar 고 말았다 ended up doing. For example, 오늘은 일에 집중 못해서 무의미한 시간을 보내고 말았다. Today I could not concentrate on work and ended up spending meaningless time. The second homework is to memorize new words. Please memorize the 40 words from number 961 to number 1000 on page 13 in the intermediate vocabulary list. That is a vocabulary quiz of 40 words on my website. So just feel free to try it. The link is in the description box. Also, this is our 25th lesson, so we have a test. The test will cover the 21st to the 25th lesson. There are lots of short sentences using grammatical expressions we have learned so far. So please try it to deepen your understanding of the grammar. I am looking forward to your challenges. That's it for today. You guys did a good job. High five! Yay! How wonderful! I will study more about Korean as well and let you know how much fun studying Korean is. And don't forget, have fun learning Korean. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅 파이팅 파이팅!